What's up, guys? Your boy Jay Gamer here, back at it again with another UFC Junkie video, man. This time we're gonna be discussing on who's the next opponent for Conor McGregor, man. The notorious one, the chosen one, the king of Ireland. I could keep going, man. Yeah, we're gonna be discussing who's the next opponent for Conor McGregor, who he's gonna fight next, and yeah, man. So he have three people to pick out of since he's so notorious. He has three people he has to choose. It's not like the UFC is gonna give him a fight. He has to choose who he wants to fight next, and it's between Nate Diaz again for the trilogy, Khabib Nurmagomedov. His name is so hard to pronounce. Don't trash me in the comments. And Tony Ferguson. So we're just gonna go through all of the fighters' stats and stuff, and then I'm gonna tell you who I feel is gonna get the next fight with Conor McGregor. I believe all of them is gonna get a fight with Conor McGregor eventually, but his Conor McGregor next opponent, I believe, is gonna be wait and see at the end. So we're gonna start with Tony Ferguson first. So Tony Ferguson is on a 9 fight win streak. 9 fight win streak. That's pretty hard to do in the UFC. In the light, that's the most stacked division. The lightweight division is so fucking stacked, bro. And Tony Ferguson is on a 9 fight. The most stacked fucking division. It's pretty hard. Pretty hard. He just freaking picked Rafael dos Santos apart, the former light heavyweight champion. I said light heavyweight. The former lightweight champion. Why do I always say light heavyweight, man? The former lightweight champion, Rafael dos Santos, he picked him apart. Rafael looked terrible. At one point, I thought nobody could beat Rafael. Eddie knocked him out. Then Tony Ferguson picked him apart. But let's get back to Tony Ferguson. I believe is not gonna get the fight with Conor McGregor as is not gonna get the next fight with Conor McGregor right away because even though his 9 fight win streak is amazing and impressive and stuff, he didn't finish Rafael dos Santos in their last fight. Conor McGregor wants somebody. He's looking to fight the best guy, and Tony Ferguson, as good as he's looking and as he's in peak form right now, I don't believe he's gonna get the fight right now. Like when Conor McGregor was looking at the Jose Aldo versus Frankie Edgar fight, when he watched that fight, he didn't see there was no finish. Nobody finished who? Nobody finished nobody. It was just a unanimous decision. And Conor McGregor was like, why should I go back and fight anybody from the featherweight division? They didn't put on a good performance. So Conor McGregor is looking for his next opponent to put on a good performance. And Tony Ferguson, although he did put on a good performance, I'm not bashing him or anything, but I'm just saying this is what Conor McGregor is looking for. And Tony Ferguson picked Rafael apart, but he didn't finish him. And that's all I'm saying. I believe he deserved a shot, but going off of what Conor McGregor's saying, that's why I think Tony Ferguson is not going to get a title shot right away. So I'm not bashing him. I'm just saying. I'm just going off of facts. So Tony Ferguson is not going to be Conor McGregor's next opponent coming, and I believe Conor McGregor is going to fight in 2017. I don't know what freaking month, what date, whatever, but he's going to fight next year. So the next opponent the next opponent for Conor McGregor will be Khabib Nurmagomedov, the fucking animal, the eagle, the Russian assassin, man. Man, oh man, I didn't believe the hype until I watched a couple fights of his. I watched when he was on the Evans versus Toshera. What's his name? That guy just got knocked out from Anthony Johnson. Glover Toshera when that main card with he fought he fought somebody on that card. Okay, let me see who. I know he just beat Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson picked him up. Man, once Khabib gets a hold of you, it's night. There's nothing you can do as long as he gets a hold of one of your legs, take you down. It's nothing. His ground game, his wrestling, his grappling, his jiu-jitsu, bro, he's just on point. He beat Rafael dos Santos before he became the champion too. He beat Pat Pat Healy. He beat Daryl Horcher. He beat a lot of guys, man. He beat a lot of guys. Like I said, I didn't say it, but he's 24 and 0. 24 and 0. 24 wins, 0 losses, 0 L's, 0 L's. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. He's but the thing that sets Khabib back is his injuries, man. Once again, he's in the AKA factory of injuries, bro. These dudes, so much great fighters coming out of AKA. Cain Velasquez, Daniel Cormier, Khabib, Luke Rockhold. Man, so much good fighters coming out of AKA. And they just practice way too hard. Like I said in my last video when I was talking about Cain. They leave it all in practice, and you can't be doing that when you're at a level like this. And it's not like it happened once or twice. This shit happened numerous times, at least 5 times. Daniel Cormier pulled out his fight against Anthony Johnson. Luke pulled out his fight of knee injury. Cain pulled out of numerous fights. He pulled out of so many fights. They had to have a interim belt for Fabricio Verdum, and who fought for it? I think Fabricio Verdum fought somebody for the interim belt, and he's going into 207 with back problems, I believe. He's gonna get surgery after the fight because he doesn't wanna call out or anything. But that whole camp, man, something Dana has to say something to the coach, to the player, to the fucking fighters, man. Like, these dudes always get injured no matter what. They're not practicing smart. They're practicing. They're going into deep waters in practice. So when the fight comes, like they're ready and everything. I get all of that, but you have to practice smart. You can't leave it all in practice, and then when it's time to perform, you can't even freaking fight. Like, come on, man. AKA, they have to do something about that. So that's the deal with Khabib. He always gets injured too. He's been sidelined for months upon months. Always get injured, so he's not reliable on that factor. And I believe, I believe, I believe Conor McGregor does not want to fight Khabib. That's not a fight for Conor McGregor. I, I'm not. I believe Conor McGregor could beat Khabib, but how to say this, man? Khabib doesn't have enough attention on him. He dominated. He dominated his last fight against Michael Johnson, but he just doesn't have enough, like, star power to him where everybody's gonna come on and watch this fight. Probably the only way Khabib is gonna get the next shot against Conor McGregor is if they fight in Russia. Because I don't believe too much people in the U.S. or everywhere else appreciate Khabib and gives him as much as respect. Give him as much respect that he actually deserves. So I don't feel Khabib's gonna get the next title shot against Conor McGregor. So although he's the uncrowned champ, psych, he's not. Conor McGregor is gonna fucking knock him out before he gets a chance to hold on to his legs or take him down or anything. Because as we've seen, if Michael Johnson could freaking rock Khabib, imagine what Conor McGregor could do. So Khabib's not gonna get that title shot, and I don't believe he can beat Conor McGregor. Shit, y'all heard that? That's my fucking squeaky ass chair. But the next sold, that leaves us with one person, Nate fucking Diaz. He's gonna get the next title shot, I believe. Everybody and their mama and their daddy and their stepsister want to see that fight, man. Conor McGregor still has a lot to prove in Nate Diaz. He never finished Nate Diaz. Never. The first fight, Nate submitted him. The second fight went to decision, and it was pretty close. It was pretty close. In my books, I saw Nate Diaz winning that fight. In the third, fourth, and fifth round, Nate Diaz took control. He absorbed every punch. He absorbed every punch, and he fucking let everything loose on Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor was backing up, but we're not getting into that. But he did not finish Nate Diaz at all, and he still has a lot to prove to himself. He says if he comes down to, he looks pretty good at the lightweight division. So Nate comes down to 55, his division. Nate sticks to 55, and they fight at 55. Conor McGregor feels like he has the advantage to fight Nate at that weight class, and Conor McGregor has a lot to prove. He wants to finish Nate, and that's still a big money. It's still a big draw. It's still a big money fight. So Conor McGregor, he's gonna do the trilogy with Nate Diaz again, man. And as how I believe that fight's gonna go out, man. If Nate is on point, if Nate comes there smart, ready, in shape, no injuries, it's hard, man. It's so hard. I don't know, man. I don't know, because Conor McGregor, when he was at 170, that's pretty heavy for a little guy like Conor McGregor, and he still rock Nate. Still rock Nate.
I'm going to talk about money because we are the business network and the business of the UFC and all that.
I'll take
sort of
over
stuff.
from here, Nate. You can bounce. Take a coffee break, Nate. And by coffee break, I mean bring me my coffee.
No.
Even look at Nate's last fight, 20,000 to show, 20,000 to win. Not
a couple times, but that's pretty hard. That's pretty hard. I'll go with my gut. I'll go with Nate if they fight at 155. Well, when they fight at 155. But yeah, man. Tell me what you guys think in the description. That's my thoughts on who Conor McGregor next opponent is gonna be. Let me know in the comment. Don't bash me on my pronunciations. I can't even talk. Don't bash me on pronouncing names and shit. It's not my fault. I'm trying it. Khabib name is really hard to pronounce. It's really hard. Alright, guys, so tell me what you think about this video, man. Tell me if you think it's pure fuckery and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Just let me know, man. Leave it down in the comments. Put a thumbs. Put a thumbs up to this video, man. Subscribe, and it's your boy J Gamer, and we out of here. Let's get it.